everyone, and welcome to my latest video and project for Wild Whisper Designs. I decided to pull from the World's Best collection this week all of the peachy pink colors. So we have the sequins and some other cards, and then as I was going through my paper looking for a larger sheet of something peachy or pink, I found this orangey peachy paper from the Focus on You collection, decided to use that as well in my layout. So I'm going to show you here just a couple of little products off to the right that I'm going to use from the shop. And I cut a 4-inch strip of that peachy orangey paper, and I'm going to clean up a little bit so we can do a little bit of mixed media. So I wanted to add a little bit of subtle, fun texture to this layout, and I'm going to do that with a stencil. This is a Tim Holtz stencil. I don't remember it's called Blossom, and it's my absolute favorite one. I love it. And I'm also going to take some Faber-Castell whipped spackle, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous, thick, lovely texture paste, and it's like the consistency of a buttercream. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to put it through this stencil, and it's going to give a really nice white tone-on-tone look that I really love, and it dries fairly quickly. So I'm just going to set it aside to get it completely dried and cured, and then I'm going to move on to some other parts of my layout. So this layout started with this card. I wanted to use this card. Now it says about a girl and her mom, but I don't have a little girl. What I have are nieces. So I'm going to alter this card a bit, and I'm going to have it say no matter their age, sometimes a girl just needs her aunt instead of her mom. And then I have a picture of my niece and I. So at first I thought I was going to like cross out the mom like with black, but I didn't like the way it looked. So instead I am taking a little piece of that peach paper and some letter stickers from my stash. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the stamps from, this is the Focus on You stamp set, and I'm going to alter this card a little bit. I'm going to add some flowers with and some green leaves. I'm using Ultinew Crisp Dye inks, and the colors are Brush, Blush, Blush, say that 5 times fast, and Frayed Leaf. And then I do know that I'm going to have some black accents here and there around my layout, so I'm going to go ahead and give the flowers black center, and then I also, at some point during the layout, I'm going to go ahead and outline the flowers. The blush is a really light ink when you first put it on, but as it dries, it darkens up quite a bit. So it's going to look really, really light on the layout, but after, it sits overnight or so, it darkens up quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add some layers to the back of my photo and kind of attach these two pictures together. I am using some of the cards from the World's Best collection, and I'm going to use this one card from the Focus on You collection because I wanted to add a little bit of that really pinky color into my layers, and I also want to add this camera as an embellishment to my layout. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue with layers and inking my edges and adding different pieces. I'm going to fussy cut this camera, and then you can see off to the side that peach colored card that I have. That's from the World's Best collection, and I'm going to use that as well. I'm going to cut it down here a little bit and ink the edges, and I'm going to use it as a spot on the end of I'm just going to add it right here on the end of my photo, and then I'm going to use that to create a embellishment cluster. So these are the large cork ampersands, and you can find them in the Wild Whisper shop. They're from Spiegelmom Scraps, and they're really, really nice. I love that you can get Spiegelmom Scraps items from Wild Whisper because if you live in Canada, you don't have to, you can get these gorgeous embellishments for your stash or to use, but you don't have to pay for customs or extra shipping. So that's really nice. So I decided these are the wood veneers that go with the World's Best collection. I just inked them up with my blush ink and to give them a pinky color, pinky hue, and now I'm going to place those. I glued them right there into my layout. This is the Rooted Love stamp set, And I am stamping these little birds. I'm stamping them in my two colors, the gray, the frayed leaf, and the blush. And I'm going to stamp them, I think I'm going to stamp 7 of the birds. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut them all out. Fussy cut them all out and ink them up. And they will be embellishments on my layout. If you watch a lot of my Wild Whisper Designs layout, you know how much I adore their stamp sets for scrapbooking. I think they're awesome, so amazing. I adore them. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut all these birds out, and then I'm going to go ahead and ink them up. And then we are ready to put our layout together. So I'm adding that peach paper down, and I'm going to put a little border strip there. That is actually the branding strip from that peach paper, and it has the black cameras on it. And I'm going to use that as my third little pop of black on this layout. So we have the black of the border and the black of the camera, and then we also have the centers of the flowers and the outlining that I'm going to do in a bit here. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this down with my adhesive, and then I'm going to add that cluster that I created with my photo and the wood veneers and the cards, the journaling cards, or the yeah, I guess they're journaling cards or project life cards or cards. Anyway, so that's gonna pretty much, that pretty much makes my layout really easy and kind of done. I love it when I can create layouts where you do a little bit of mixed media on the cardstock, and then you set it aside to dry, and then you can pretty much put all of your other pieces for your layout together. So I want to add these little cut files around my photo placement here. And this is one of my absolute favorite cut files. It's from the Silhouette store, and I think it's just called Branches. And you can cut it in all different sizes, and I just love them. I generally fill an entire sheet on my Silhouette with these branches in all different sizes and cut them out and just leave them by my desk. And I find so much good use out of them. So I'm going to take these lovely birds, and I want them to look like they're kind of flying up through the page. And so I'm going to do that by placing them around the cut files and around my layout. I'm going to pop them all up using some foam adhesive. And I love the look that this gives because they're soft, but you can still see them, and they look really, really nice. And now I'm going to go ahead through, and I am going to use a bunch of Pop-Tarts. So I am just taking this foam adhesive, and I am popping up everything that looks like it wants to pop up anyway. And I'm popping up all different leaves from the cut files. I'm going to pop up part of the cork piece there. I'm going to pop up part of my camera, because a lot of this layout is dimensional. Like, the idea is that, it's a lot of white on white and a lot of really light colors, but the way you can kind of see all the layers and see everything is because everything is popped up and dimensional, so it creates those lovely shadows, and you get like this really nice textured kind of look. The last little bit I'm going to do on this layout is to take the light pink sequins from the sequin mix that coordinates with the World's Best collection, and I'm going to sprinkle them all around my layout, and that gives the nice little touch. I hope you've enjoyed this layout today. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful comments, and I hope you'll subscribe and join me again later. Bye!